Hi there, Virgo. It is Sebastian. I am sorry for my late loading up of these videos. I was completing college summer finals. So let's continue with your reading for December. Right now, what's influencing you at the present moment is divine femininity, your sexuality, doing things like self-care, looking after your skin, your hair. And with that, your immediate influences, there's a lot of sensitivity with your dreams, and there's a lot of you're trying to embrace your intuition. You're trying to embrace what's there for you, but you're kind of finding it really hard to embrace your intuition, especially when you're thinking about money and your intuition, when you're thinking about being abundant and seeing those flowers and discovering what it is that you want. You're kind of finding it really hard or a challenge to even go there. Your head's up in the clouds with some things. With that, I think what you need is rest. You need a good 8 hours of sleep and make sure that you get that good 8 hours of sleep so then you can function the next day and you can start planning and making your way to what it is that you really want to do. There's a lot of in the past there was a lot of you needed inspiration to assist you with many aspects of your life and what you wanted to do. You needed the inspiration. You needed to feel good. You needed to have lots of things, but I think that a part of what you're going through, there's movement to getting new energy, like finding new inspirations, having that kind of moment of clarity where you can focus on brand new achievements, when you can focus on things that aren't good for you. I think that's what you're trying to aim for, what you're looking at is you're trying to have that moment of I want to feel good. I want to feel inspired. But that was in your past. I'm not too sure why that would be in your past. Like, where did it go? How did it end? But I think what the universe is trying to tell you in this journey is that you don't need anyone or you don't need anything to inspire you to do your creative work. I think that for you in particular, I think your journey started maybe 6 months ago, 2, 3 years ago, where you were really seeing things for what they were or are. Like your head is not in the clouds anymore when it comes to illusions or when it comes to fantasizing about something. There's a lot of resentment about that, by the way. There's a lot of resentment in the way that you were treated or how you treated others during that time. I think when it comes to broken promises, Virgo, there's not many star signs out there that could withstand a broken promise and to be able to come out of it in a way that you didn't require any stitches. I think that when there's a lot of things in the past that have come about through broken promises, that you you walk past that as much as possible, but you don't hold grudges. I think you know what I'm talking about because there's a lot of spiritual cards that are coming up that's saying that you've gone through a lot of deception in the past, a lot of friends betraying you, a lot of people that weren't communicating to you appropriately or weren't there for you when you needed them to be there for you. The cards are saying that you don't need that anymore. You don't need someone to walk through this life with. You can do this on your own and you can be quite independent with that. It's also saying that the outcome with all of this, however, if you continue to just be like that, though, like when you continue not to rest, when you continue to want to be inspired by something or others, that the outcome of that is that you're going to be defending yourself and you're going to be trying to stand up for yourself. You're going to try and protect your beliefs. I think that get enough rest, be your own inspiration, and do things how you want to do things and in a way that's going to help you. And I think when that happens, when you get fulfillment out of that, and when you find that pleasure or when you find that aspect of yourself that you're that you find great, I think you're going to be quite fulfilled. So I think in essence, do what you must do to be fulfilled and to feel happy, but also do it by yourself, do it on your own. Do things in your own accord. Do things because you want to do it, not because of others want you to do it, or not because you've seen it somewhere else, not because you're learning it from somebody else, or or however that is, that you're doing things because you want to. You're completely independent of your choice. You're completely in this situation, or you're completely doing things for your benefit, nobody else's benefit. Remember that in life, in the future, if things don't change, there's going to be a lot of um exhaustion, bitterness. There's going to be a lot of betrayal in the future if you're not your own source of inspiration, if you're not your own source of joy. To be honest, that's going to happen to you. There's going to be a lot of bitterness because you didn't pick yourself over anything. Also, when it comes to skincare, looking after yourself, self-care, sure, that's great. But I think less stress, more relaxation, and not focusing on this betrayal that you've gone through, not focusing on that would be good. There's a lot of negative thoughts and negative feelings about the illusions, about the promises that didn't come around when people were promising. So there's a lot of negative thoughts about that, and there's a lot of like, I will never be trapped in that moment again. I'll never be trapped. Those sorts of feelings again. There's a lot of responsibility that you're carrying with family. There's a lot of burden that I'm seeing that you feel that you've got with your family. I don't think it's burden as much as it is just responsibility. See it in a different way. And with that, with your hopes and your dreams, you're really wanting teamwork. You're really wanting to be able to have opportunities to work with people. Like that's what you really want to do is you really want to just work with people and work in a really harmonized way with people. And it's saying that the outcome with everything, when you get enough rest and get enough guidance with yourself, that this is what you want to do, there's a lot of happiness to come. There's a lot of good feelings to come. And with that, you're going to have what it is that you really, really want. Let's have one more card, Lappy, because I know that that was quite a lot. It's saying don't be a chicken with your dreams. You know who you are, and that you'll let her trust your intuition, and you're gonna fall in love as well. There's a lot of like hoping and wishing for love. If you're not in love, love is definitely coming. And if you are in love, if you are in partnership, that's your dream person. So at least there's luck for you in that regard, thinking that love is working out for you. So that's awesome, Virgo. You're going to have a great month as you always do. I understand that there's been a lot of backstabbing and there's lots of friendship things that you've gone through in the past few years or even months or recently. But let that go. Promises are promises. Sometimes there's an old saying, promises are made to be broken sometimes. Not that I agree with that. And I understand you're you're in a position of you're really, really hurt because of the broken promises. I think when you pick yourself up from this, Virgo, you're going to be much stronger. Remember, the outcome is happiness, get more rest. See you next month.